Alright, this time we're going to go ahead and talk about the electric state. If you weren't here last time, I was going to do this video last time, but I ended up watching K-pop Demon Hunters and ended up doing the last video on that one. But now we're getting to the electric state. So, quick cast rundown. Michelle is played by Millie Bobby Brown. Cosmo is voiced by Tudyk. Keats is played by Pratt. Herman is voiced by, and this was a huge fucking surprise to me, Anthony Mackie. Mr. Peanut, for some reason, is in this movie, voiced by Woody Harrelson. Yeah, I fucking love that dude. Ethan is played by Stanley Tucci. The Marshal is played by Giancarlo Esposito. And Dr. Amherst is played by Ki-Hugh Quinn. This movie also has Hank Azaria, Brian Cox, and Holly Hunter. Though I didn't know this until doing, research for this video. The Electric State is based on a illustrated novel with the same name, written by Simon Stålenhag. Taking place in an alternate version of 1997, Michelle orphaned after a tragic car accident, taking both her parents and brother, or so she thought. That is until a robot named Cosmo and informs her that her brother, Christopher, is still alive. Together, Michelle and Cosmo go in search for the missing brother. Oh, I forgot to mention one key detail. Robots are illegal due to the fact that they rebelled all because they wanted equal rights.
The robot rights movement gathered steam today as thousands of robots descended on St. Louis to listen to a fiery speech made by former Planters promotional bot, Mr. Peanut.
Which led to a war, and miraculously, humans won. So, Michelle and Cosmo had to sneak around and find a way into the exclusion zone, which is a kind of robot prison. Basically, robots have been exiled to the desert and there's a giant wall.
Drones have successfully imprisoned over 6,000 defeated robots in Center's exclusion zone. That's the vast desert facility spanning more than 100,000 square miles of the American Southwest.
They find a smuggler named Keats and his robot partner, Herman, and somehow get them to help in the search for Michelle's brother. All the while, the bad guy of this movie, Ethan, is trying to stop them for some reason. Spoilers. Ethan basically just wants to keep the status quo at any cost. Does like money or something. This movie looks like the other side of Ready Player One's coin. Kind of a lo-fi cyberpunk type thing. Think iRobot meets dystopian hellscape. Or if the humans in The Matrix or The Terminator won the war and now have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Is that enough simile for everyone? Oh, and you can't forget the corporate sponsor. Planters Nuts and Chocolate Company, owned by Hormel Foods, had a brand partnership to promote this film, hence Mr. Peanut in the film. Now, from what I found, the Planters Nuts and Chocolate Company only funded the marketing aspect of this thing. They didn't actually fund the film. Anyways, so in the novel, there's no robot rebellion. What happens is there's a civil war raging on between humans with drones, and the whole smuggler with a robot sidekick or the rescuing of Christopher isn't in the novel. From what I saw. So I haven't actually read the novel. I didn't actually know it was a thing until doing this video. But I will say, from what I've seen, some of the art is amazing, actually. I'm definitely going to have to read that book. But from what I've seen of the art, it looks fantastic. Apparently, it's very popular. I didn't get why this movie got so much hate. Is it a perfect movie? No, not by a long shot. But does it deserve all that? Then I saw that the movie is virtually nothing like the illustrated novel, and now I can see where all the hate is coming from. Again, I haven't read it, so I have no basis for comparison, but a lot of people are calling this movie generic and that it's made for kids. Oh, another thing a lot of people have been talking about is the cost. Roughly $320 million. Holy shit. This makes it the most expensive movie Netflix has made to date. But to be honest, I could see that because the movie has at least 10 really popular actors in it. Plus, like 90% of this movie is CGI, and that is not cheap. Then there's the whole marketing and all that. So, from what I found, now this is according to published records, just saying. Anyways, Chris Pratt got roughly $20 million. Millie Bobby Brown got roughly $5 million. Brian Cox got $1 million. Stanley Tucci got $700,000. Hugh Kwan got $250,000. Jenny Slate, who voiced Penny Pal, got $350,000. Martin Kleba, who did like the motion capture type thing, basically was the body for Herman and the Milkbot, got $500,000. And Woody Norman, who played Christopher, got $80,000. But these are rough estimates, and from what I found, a lot of the records weren't actually published, like how much the Russo brothers got for directing this. Those figures and other stuff were not disclosed, so who knows? Look, I actually like this movie. It just worked for me. Could it have been better? Sure, but at the end of the day, it's a simple story. A girl looking for her brother in a world that's falling apart. And sometimes that's enough. I can respect that. It's not Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. It's not trying to be some storytelling masterpiece. Not every story needs to be a multi-layered opera with several plot twists and acts that ripple across the galaxy of the franchise. Sometimes it's nice to watch a movie that doesn't require thinking, and so you can just escape for a bit. You know, the whole tune in, tune out, and tune off thing. As I said before, it's not perfect, but I thought it was alright, maybe even good. I think it's worth checking out if you have Netflix and yada yada. Although, if you're a fan of the novel, just fair warning, if you haven't seen it yet, apparently it's nothing like the book. But yeah, if you have Netflix, you haven't seen it yet, and you're still wondering if you should watch it just because it's gotten so much bad press and all that other shit. Now, this is my own opinion, okay? I think it's worth watching. But again, like I've said in damn near all my other videos, these videos are my opinion. Okay? They're just my opinion. I'm just one nerd talking into a microphone to the empty abyss that is the internet about things that either I like or don't like, and that does it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see everyone in the next one.